Greetings and salutations. So I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to do it. I kind of putting the ground assault vehicle on hold, and I'm going to put. I'm just going to put everything. Make sure my food's topped off, and I'm just going to put everything in the inventory real quick, and I'm going to do that solar challenge. You know, the Great Expanse, 300 light year jump, and I'm gonna basically hopscotch from. Let me go into the map here and go into the galaxy and put on territory because it helps me. It helps me. Kind of zoom out. Come on, can I speed that up? Okay, so basically, what I'm gonna do is, you see this legacy zone up here, way up here. I've set up a teleport relay. It's something like 14 jumps or 13 jumps, and some of those jumps I got lucky. I figured out once I placed a teleport uh, satellite, it would tell me the places in that sector that I could teleport to, and two of them I got lucky where I could jump to a trading station or a fuel station. So it kind of helped me with my cost. I was able to save two satellites, and so my plan is to definitely hopscotch to here. I gotta make some switches. I gotta make some LCD switches before I do this. Back over, have another base on the other side of the galaxy, and so this is kind of a test run to see if I can do it. And also, I want to have a brief discussion about solar panels and moon types that generate the most types of power. So this video might be a little lengthy, but I think you'll get a lot of information out of it. It's kind of one of those things where there's a lot of technical data, and so it's a lot of kind of experimental process. I need like 10 of these, and I need because my LCDs come from this also, and I need like I think I'm good on switches. I'll make a few switches too. I think that's okay. We can always come back. I just want to get those going. I'm still kind of multitasking. I'm doing this instead of doing this in creative. I've started segueing over a little bit more to, instead of trying to get to 100%, I just try to get to like 85, 90, and then segue it over into the persistent world for a couple reasons. One is, while I'm in the persistent world, my crops continue to grow, and then two, let me get my food going. I got to make sure I top off my food. Two, while you're doing the playthrough, you start to realize, like, it's one thing just to have a great creation, but when you actually use it, you start to realize, you're like, oh, that's not as efficient as it needs to be. Like, there's an issue here that it needs to be worked out. So you kind of problem solve some of those issues. Okay, so here we go. Let me back out of this again. Um, and so I figured out too, another reason for me kind of leading me down this journey is, this is a solar base, and even though I have fuel, this thing hasn't used any fuel in a week. And the galaxy that I initially went to, the when I go to statistics and solar, the solar was only like 650 kpu, and it was an NA1 sun, and it wasn't getting any power, so it wasn't enough to run this thing. But this thing has got the shields up, it's got gravity on, and I don't have 24-hour protection. Do I have 24-hour protection? I do have 24-hour protection in this, and it's got everything running. It's got a deconstructor, and I don't even, like, before I would turn them off. I don't even turn them off anymore because it doesn't even use enough power to even deplete the batteries. And I got like 3 solar cells in here, and so this thing is completely self-sufficient. It's got 3,000 batteries. It doesn't use any of it, and I got my constructors are running. And without the solar solution, I would burn through my 34,000 fuel tank in about 6 to 8 hours. And so it was just, and my crops would die, and it was just too much. And so through the solar experience and understanding that mechanic and getting to work right, I created a solar farm that was independent for whatever reason. So if one of them crashed, you kind of want to make these modular structures so that way if one of them fails or if you have issues or if you isolate your fuel consumption and your oxygen consumption. Like this is not using any fuel because it's set on solar. And if I go to main, you'll see I didn't even bother to put any fuel in it. I put a little small tank because I needed to when I was creating the signage and the lights. The lights would blink off and I'd make a change and then they'd come back on and then my change was wrong and I'd have to wait for the lights to cycle, and it was just so I just threw a tank in there, a little generator, and but it doesn't need it. It doesn't use it, and it's even able to sustain the gravity. Like it's completely self-sustaining. And the only way this is possible is through being in the right type of galaxy. And that's such a large component of this. So you see there's a big yellow sun, and we go back to the and I don't really know how to measure this. I don't know how to, because I know it affects the distance you are from the sun is a big proponent of this, but also the type of sun. So right here, the galaxy that I'm in is M, right? An M, and M seems to be the most radiation, or the type of sun that um, generates the most type of solar. And I was trying to figure out a way, like some kind of spreadsheet or some kind of metric to capture that. Um, I don't know how to do that. I don't know where to go, to figure out what suns are the best suns for solar. So what we're going to do is there's two things we're going to do. Hit F. Okay, am I in third person? No, I'm not. Hit F. I don't know why it's not. Device should be, the hell? Come on. Why are we not? F? Well, it's not. Device should be, my F's not working. I don't know what the deal is. It says too hot. Okay, so much for solar relay, right? Teleport is not in use. Device should be deactivate. Okay. Oh, maybe it's turned off. Device. No, it's on. It's on. I don't know why you're feeling hot. Come on. How come I can't tell? Why does it not accessing the menu? I don't understand why it's not accessing the menu. Oh, deactivate shield. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't catch that the first time. Okay, so it's crazy that the shields are tied into shield. It's crazy that the shields are tied into the teleporter. That's an interesting metric. I did not realize that. Okay, so hit F, and then from here, you can see I have a few options, and they're the Xerax trade stations, and it's a good way to find a trade station. So I'm gonna do the drop down. You see, there's my in the AOTA sector is my MCR teleport, right? And then there's on the moon. There's a Polaris mega gas refinery on the moon, but that's not the one I want to go to. I did not know that was there, so I could potentially sell resources there. So we're just gonna say, right? Why do I not have the option to teleport? I'm gonna back away out of this because this is killing my heat. I'm gonna let my heat stabilize. It's killing my food too. Okay, let's do this again. I don't know why it wouldn't let me teleport. I guess that's one downside. There we go. Teleport. Kind of finicky. Might have been an issue of the heat. Okay, so let's see how this works. There's two things I want to check in all of these. One is I'm going to back out. Let me turn the light on so you can see this. So the doors to these are right here. Get into the door. These are all automated, and this is the solar. You can see the little solar station. Okay, I want to make sure that all of these are set to faction. So yep, EXE, and then look at the power. Solar, right? Solar is so it's got 339 hours. Now, if you notice, this is 127 kpu, 129 kpu, and this is in we are in a we're in an A galaxy. So A, and I'm getting 127 kpu. And when you look at we're a little farther out, so I don't know how to so we're 8.4 AU from the galaxy. So I don't know how that formula works for solar. I think the only way to accurately test it would be to actually put it in the same distance. Okay, so these are the beauty is now there's no batteries to this. I mean, there's no fuel used to this. This is completely self-sufficient. Okay, so we're gonna hit F, and then we're gonna look. So I came from there. Okay, we have a trading station that's owned by the Zurax, and then we have a gas refinery, and we have I believe this is Traders Guild. I don't have faction with them yet. I would love to, but we're gonna teleport. So this is number 2. And there's 2 things we're going to check. Sun type and solar output. So we're going to get off the thing. We're going to hit P. Okay, so this one has a solar of 6.70, and the battery is full. And we're going to go to type of sun, and you can see I'm a little closer to the sun. This has got a lot of stuff in there. And then we're outside the faction, and this is also an M, and I believe M to be the best, but I'm not a hundo on that. Okay, so hit M again. So hit F. Okay, so and I noticed that the teleports. Okay, MCR sector. Okay, I noticed that the when we go from one territory to the next, it's like they're appearing at the bottom. So where we came from is at the top, it seems like. So I got to make sure that this is set to faction. It is. Okay. Hit P. And then, I'm sorry, hit F. And then teleport. Boom. One thing I would like to do, but I'm going to need help, is I need to figure out when I teleport out how much of a hit it is on the system. Okay, so let's check the sun and the faction. So faction's good. M. The sun here is, you can see I'm a little bit farther away. I'm 8.6. Okay, and then the sun is an F. And we'll go solar, and you'll see my solar input is 1.9 KU. So F, definitely. On those other ones, I was getting like 6 and 7. On the the one I'm at right now, I'm getting what was it, 8.9 on the power draw. This is 1.1 point. This is low. So PU is sub 1000. KPU is 1000 plus. So okay, let's go hit the next one. Hit P. No, I mean hit F. So we came from there. Okay, what do we have here though? We have a trading station. Okay, and we're just going to teleport. Boom. So I believe this is jump 4 or 5. So ultimately it comes down to like 12 or 13. Hit P. Main. Yep. Faction. Statistics. Draw is 5.0 kpu. That's respectable. I think if you're going to build a solar base, you want to have it at least 5. Now look at this view. Look at this gas giant, right? You have the mirror, you can see what's going on, and then right, and then automated doors. I put them next to the Galaxy. Kind of one of my issues though is the one of my big issues though is the world is kind of sterile outside the factions. There's a lot of nothingness when you go, you know, you get like the ruins, the crappy POI ruins, and you get I feel like there needs to be some of these planets that are heavily overran with okay, so came from there. Now, okay, so this is the trading station. And this was one of the things I wanted to test because why do we not have access to that? Is this going to be a dead end? Hit F. Why do we not? There we go. I had to select it. Okay, teleport. And this is kind of what's interesting about this is I'm using this to bridge the gap. And you know, and this is one of those refineries, and they sell here that you can sell oxygen and O2 tanks and make really good money. So this is also automated, so I don't need to show you the base. That's another video. And then so look at the options though, right? So we came from there. We have this is a guildie. This is a clan faction member, a clan member. This is his base. And this is also his base going somewhere else, but his stuff you have to bring your own fuel, and so that's the issue. So here, Goria sector teleport. Goria sector. Let's check the sun and the faction. I know one of these is not set to faction. Okay, so get off the porter. See, I have it to where when you step on it, it auto comes on. And then main. It looks like faction. Okay, it's good. Statistics, 3.6 kpu. Now let's look at the Galaxy. This is an alpha. This is a low energy output, and then we go here. We're 4.7, so we're actually closer. We're closer to the sun, and then let me check the faction. We're good. Okay, let's hit the next sector. Yeah, I wish I could figure out a way to, you know, in creative mode, hit F. Okay, I think we came from there. Yep. This is Wes's stuff. Okay. So here I have, that's his, and this is mine. Okay. Teleport. Boom. Because his leads off back to the starter area, and mine goes from the Xerox Galaxy all the way back to the the Legacy Galaxy. So what do we have here? Great view, right? Great view. If I turn my light off, you can just see the darkness of space, just how the void. And then I wish I could figure out a way to tint the glass. I feel like I've seen a couple different versions of glass tint, and I'm not sure what's taking place there. So here it looks like maybe is that a F? Let's see. So if I go M and I go Galaxy, what is this? This is a K. Okay, this is a K, and I'm 5.6 away. I'll bet you that this this does what do we got here? 2.29. Okay. Main set to faction. Okay, we're good. And then hit P. Let me hit F. I get my buttons mixed up. And then Okay, what do we got here? That's his. This is mine. Teleport faction exe list. I think that's a way to tell if it's set to faction or not. Okay, so we have. So hopefully this video helps you kind of shape your understanding of how solar works and how the sun works, the stars, as far as their energy output. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of radiation. Getting a lot of radiation. Wow. What is? Let's see what this is. M constellation. This is an F. This is an F, and then wow, I'm getting. It's crazy how much radiation I'm picking up from this constellation. This is from the sun here. M again. Let's see how far we are away. 6.1. For whatever reason, the F is generating a lot of radiation, and then hit P. Let's see what we're at on our CPU. 2.68. So with an M, I'm able to pick up. Was the faction good on this? Let's see. Main. Yep, faction's good. Hit F. Let's see what we got. So we came from here. Another one of these. Come on, open up. So that's his. This is mine. Ah, private. There we go. Okay, that's how I can tell. Interesting that I need to fix it. Very nice. So teleport. That's the one. That's the one I missed. I knew I missed one after the fact, but I didn't want to go back. I just wanted to finish the link. So I was like, I guess I'm going to have to wait for the. So first thing, fix to exe. That way everybody in the faction can use it. And you can see here that there's no fuel or oxygen or anything in here. This is completely self-automated. And then we're just going to check the sun. So we are, well, we're far out. So this is 9 point AU from the star, and this is an A. It looks like the A is the worst, and we're gonna hit P again, and our power consumption is 954. So it's gonna take a long time to fill that battery. 954. Okay, and these teleporters. They F. I don't know why I'm so jacked up. Okay, so that's his. Okay, another space station. And I'm able, by using these space stations, I'm able to decrease finding them. It's super important to find them because I'm able to utilize them in my travel across the galaxy and minimize my crafting of satellites. But these are cheap. These are really cheap. So boom, there we go. Re-hit the satellite. Okay, do the drop down. Probably one of those is his. Yep, and then he named his. So 86754. I didn't do that. I could have, but I didn't really see the need to. I could have pointed out the sun, but there was no really need to because it's not tied into my metric. Now, some of the things you got to be aware about when you travel to a fire base, exe, 4.31. Okay, that's good. That's a good respectable number. Satellite. What do we got? We got I wish it said what the sun was here. I wish it would tell me. In this panel right here, type sun, right? It should say right here wherever it says type, it should be type or class A, class sun, class A. It should say that. But this is a M. So why M? I thought M was the better one. So maybe because it's a smaller star, gravity. There should be some kind of metric in here that gives you an indication of how much solar you're able to pull from this star. So if it says, let's say for example, if it said, you could take the radiation, maybe it could be based off the radiation, or maybe at the class. If it said class M, right? Um, okay, let's jump. I've ranted enough about that. F. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff we could teleport to. That's his. Firebase. Now here's the deal with the Firebase, is it's a one-way teleport. So you have to be careful with the Firebases. There's no return trip. Like the teleporter's there, but there's no way to activate it. So if you go, you're stuck on the it's great for selling. All your weapons can sell there. But it's a one-way trip. That's mine. That's mine. Oh. Oh. I think that means I'm home. Teleport chain in. Oh yeah, this is home. The next one's home. Near reactor 2. Okay. Yeah, so this is my base right here. This is my base. The S stands for steel. It is set to private, so I need to change that back to faction. Teleport. Interesting. Very interesting. I make sure to try to save all these to private, but sometimes when I spawn them in, or I've noticed also some stuff reverts if I make changes, if I fix something, or if I repair a blueprint. I think it kicks back to, okay. First thing is let's put this back to faction. I don't know why it was, okay. Oh, and you see it's beeping because it's out of energy. Ooh. Manage. I always try to leave energy here. This could be bad. I could be trapped here. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to put all this in here. I don't want to put very little of this in here. Look at that, 13%. But yeah, so if we look here, oh, see, another issue is these got to come off. That because this place doesn't support the solar. Let's look at this. And this is kind of what led me down this path. Is when I look at this tiny little sun, right? Tiny little sun, 11.2 AU away. And then when I look at the statistics, it is 742 PU. So on the start where I started from, I'm generating something like 9 times more power than this place. And the star is very important for your function, because if you're in the right star system, like an M or an F, you will 5 plus KPU, you're able to generate enough power to run all your deconstructors and all your constructors. I mean, everything at one time. Maintain all your farms, run all your stoves burn up a lot of power. Also, your shields and your gravity. Your shields eat up a ton of power. But if you're in the right system, you can really develop that manufacturing hub through the solar system. Otherwise, you're going to be putting the way that based off this base and full operation, I was getting about an if with everything running, I was getting about let me go back to the energy to show you this. With main, so I have this set to 34,000 power. If I had everything running, I would get about 6 hours out of it. If I had everything turned off, I would get about 30 hours of standby time. So, and the reason why I try to set these to total capacity 30 is because the volume is at 300, so you could just take 100 of these and fill it up. And I like that even metric. So I need 100, so 50 of them's half, so forth and so on. And it's just a way to kind of to scale it accordingly. So as a base of metric. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the video here. Hopefully you got some information out of that, and I think that's a record. I think that's a documented record. Let me zoom out here. So I went from here all the way, right? So we're here, and I'm not gonna click on anything else, and we're gonna travel all the way back. and my goal is to put more satellites in. I eventually want to work my way. Okay, see, here we go. Here we go. We're falling away back right here. So the total distance traveled was 260 light years. I think that's a record. I do. I think that's a record. Um, because nobody else has documented that far of travel, but that is used through the satellite teleport system that I create. I invented that shit, like Tesla. Elon Musk style. I invented that shit. So completely self-sufficient, very functional. Highly recommend. Oh, see, I try to leave a miner at all of these bases. So if it's down, let me see if there's any fuel in here. If it's down, I'm able to go mine some pendaxid and other materials to get scaled back up quickly. All right. Please leave some feedback. Let me know what you think. Tell me, give me some criticism or feedback if you have ideas to share or any kind of. Oh, and by the way, this space station is a Jeff Randall's design, but I've heavily modified it through through a couple hundred hours of playtime. Like, for instance, I took the repair bay and I put them on the ceiling because the reason being is if you can't, you can just fly your ship up right here and park it. Doesn't matter how big it is, and you can repair anything. Where while it's in the hangar, the big issue is if it doesn't fit inside, then you can't repair it. So I've done significantly, and this thing was designed to have like 2 constructors and 2 deconstructors and then 2 I just didn't need all that stuff. The constructors are more important, and that's the kind of the sad thing is with the deconstructor, when you're in a uh, server, an online persistent server, official server, you can't core as much stuff as you can in a single player game. So the deconstructors don't really play as much of a factor. Like, yeah, you can deconstruct some stuff, but you're not getting 100% recovery. You're getting like that 0.8% recovery. So there's just no need to deconstruct anything. It's very seldom. It's there's a couple things you can core, but it's maybe 1 out of 20 items. So it's just not worth it. As always, thanks for watching. Please, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next video.